I'm obsessing about our report today and the coverage of it. I'll talk about it a little bit later on. But the Washington Post headline on our coverage, "Love Libraries?" ? Then you're probably ahead of the technological curve. And several of the stories have noted that it's surprise, surprise. The people who are into technology are also into libraries, and they go together. They're not at odds with each other, they're complementary. Time magazine writes, "Are library users happier people?" And it violates the rule of news magazines. If you have a question mark at the end of the headline, you're not supposed to give the answer, but the answer is yes.
Nearly 8,000 library representatives from around the world descended on downtown Indianapolis in mid-March for the 2014 Public Library Association Conference. With the Indianapolis Public Library serving as the host institution, this biennial gathering featured exhibits, author appearances, general sessions, and workshops on issues facing the library industry, including one presented by Indy Library CEO Jackie Neatis and board member Kostas Polakaitis.
Have you thought about from this approach? And bringing our background, I've been maybe more the attorney, finance background in some of the questions I have, whereas others bring different questions. And I think overall, it makes that diamond a lot more shinier.
We're projecting out something that we believe has to happen, and in fact, our ability to do it may or may not be possible because of what the other governmental units are doing with their long-term financial planning. So we don't get to plan in a vacuum, and we have to know the impact on our numbers by everybody else's numbers.
The PLA conference took place over a 4-day period at the Indiana Convention Center downtown. Indy Library staff volunteered their efforts in a variety of capacities, welcoming conference attendees to Indianapolis, assisting in conference logistics, and hosting several events at the library itself.
This year was an important milestone for us. This is the first time that the virtual branch checked out more than any physical building in our system. And this was a real milestone for us. Now, our branches are still busy and they're all showing increases. But this year, the virtual branch moved to #1. And that's a really important message to us about the future of our service.
Orlando is a very popular title that seems to go fast with some of our programs, so that one is pretty popular.
It's just really been exciting. I've been a librarian for a long time, and it's really given me a lot of new energy to go back to my branch and new ideas, things to do. It's just really refreshed me.
Indianapolis has been a great host, and the conference and the attendance and the activity and buzz around the event's been fantastic.
This is my first PLA experience. It's been extremely interesting and informative. I've learned not only from the presenters, but also from the fellow librarians who are able to give me an inside track into what's going on, what sort of programs are happening, and what they'll actually be about, as opposed to what maybe the program says.
I'm excited that we were able to participate in this year's PLA in Indianapolis. The city is very welcoming. Weather has been pretty agreeable, nice and dry and mild. The convention center connected to the major downtown hotels, and the PLA leadership have put on a great series of programs.
Well, this is my first time at PLA, and I came here to get some ideas for my library in Mississippi. Wanted to see basically how partnerships are being formed with small businesses, how libraries are reaching out and working with schools. I also wanted to get a look at the exhibitors here and see if there were things that would work for my community.
While the Public Library Association Conference was occurring in downtown Indianapolis, a special ceremony was held at Central Library for a major advocacy initiative of the American Library Association, the Declaration for the Right to Libraries. Signatures on the declaration are being gathered and presented to members of Congress during National Library Legislative Day in May.
This is a project that was started by the American Library Association. And the American Library Association is a wonderful organization that helps all of us across the country to celebrate libraries and learn more about libraries and help libraries be stronger for all of our communities.
The Declaration is designed to highlight the value of libraries and build the public will as well as sustained support for America's libraries of all types. Public libraries, like this beautiful space we're in today, school libraries, academic libraries, and special libraries. Lives are changed every day at the library. We are here today to affirm the impact of libraries on the Indianapolis community. This opportunity is not only one to sign the declaration, but also to engage in conversation about the role of libraries in meeting the needs and aspirations of individuals and families across Indianapolis. By signing the declaration, you can stand up and demand to have your voice heard and your right to a bright and vibrant and effective library system. Your voice will make a difference. Thank you very much for coming.